Day 31 of 100 days. Battle against destiny. God's altar versus Satan's altar. Topic: Tenacity in prayer. Tenacity in prayer is spiritual stamina, the refusal to disengage until divine intervention manifests. It is not emotional desperation but disciplined persistence rooted in faith, covenant, and alignment with God's will. True spiritual warfare is often won not by intensity alone, but by consistency. As seen in the lives of Daniel, Elijah, and Jesus Christ, tenacity is a defining trait of those who command results at God's altar. Small diamond subtitle 1. Consistency builds spiritual authority. Bible text: Daniel 6:10. Daniel's strength was not in occasional prayer but in structured, habitual devotion. Even under threat of death, he maintained his prayer rhythm. This reveals a critical principle: spiritual authority is built in private consistency, not public emergencies. When prayer becomes a lifestyle rather than a reaction, it generates a spiritual track record. Heaven recognizes patterns. Demonic systems are also sensitive to consistency. Daniel's enemies exploited his prayer habit because they knew it was non-negotiable. Consistency transforms prayer from an activity into a spiritual infrastructure. It creates a legal ground for divine intervention, making it difficult for opposing altars to prevail. Right finger implication: if your prayer life is irregular, your results may also be inconsistent. Stability in prayer births stability in outcomes. Small diamond subtitle 2. Persistence breaks delay and resistance. Bible text: 1 Kings 18:43-44. Elijah's repeated prayers demonstrate that answers may exist in the spirit before they manifest physically. 6 times there was no visible result, yet he persisted. On the 7th attempt, the answer appeared. This teaches that delay is not denial. In spiritual warfare, resistance is real. There are forces that attempt to hinder answers. See also Daniel 10:13. Persistent prayer applies pressure until resistance collapses. Elijah did not change his prayer point, he intensified his engagement. Many believers abort breakthroughs because they stop at the 6th attempt. Right finger implication: persistence is the bridge between prophecy and manifestation. Small diamond subtitle 3. Repetition aligns you with God's will. Bible text: Matthew 26:44. Jesus prayed the same words repeatedly in Gethsemane. This is profound. Repetition in prayer is not vain repetition when it is spiritually intentional and faith-driven. Each repetition deepens surrender, sharpens focus, and aligns the human will with divine purpose. By the end of his prayers, Jesus transitioned from, "Let this cup pass," to, "Your will be done." Quote: Tenacity is not about forcing God, it is about being transformed until your desires synchronize with His will. Right finger implication: repeated prayer refines your heart and positions you for accurate answers. Fire 21 prayer points on tenacity in prayer. Father, baptize me with the spirit of consistency in prayer. Lord, deliver me from prayer laziness and spiritual fatigue. I receive grace to maintain a disciplined prayer schedule. Every power assigned to distract me from prayer, be destroyed. Father, make my prayer altar stronger than every opposing altar. I refuse to give up. My answers shall manifest in Jesus' name. Every delay in my life due to spiritual resistance, break now. Lord, strengthen my inner man to persist in prayer. I receive the grace to pray until something happens. Every spirit of discouragement, lose your hold over my life. Father, align my desires with your perfect will. Lord, teach my hands to war and my knees to stay in prayer. Every unanswered prayer due to inconsistency, receive mercy. I activate divine remembrance over my persistent prayers. Lord, let my heavens remain permanently open. Every demonic opposition to my breakthrough, Scatter by fire. I receive endurance to pray beyond visible results. Father, make me a spiritual watchman over my destiny. Lord, turn my repeated prayers into testimonies. Every evil altar speaking against my prayers, catch fire. I enter into a new dimension of results through persistent prayer. Key final insight. Tenacity in prayer is not optional in spiritual warfare, it is a requirement. The difference between those who see results and those who don't is often not knowledge, but endurance. If you stay long enough at God's altar, every satanic altar must eventually give way.